The moggening is upon us, baby dolls. Have you seen what's been happening out here in PulseChain land? I'm going to give you some very big, juicy pDAI specific updates. Are you begging for a pegging like I am? Yes, we are. I've been refreshing the page every 15 seconds of the day. pDAI whacked up as much as 75% on the day. It's now sitting at around 50% or so. We are just getting started, I think, because it's like so low, down 97%. It's got to do a bit of McMean reversion. It's at 0.001555. 5 repeating, huh? That's actually kind of cool to see. We got quite a while to go. Up to 1 cent would be like another 6 or 7x return. I'm going to give you some very juicy and special updates when it comes to that, friends. So let's crack on with recent developments. I have a post here for Mr. Decentralized Me. We're going to read through his post. I'm going to give you some summary, okay? So Mr. Decentralized Me, he says, pDAI has always been a tale of two halves, okay? pDAI has always been a tale of two halves. So what could he mean by that? Two halves. Let's continue. He says it's MakerDAO and Maria. Each have taken center stage at different times. Maria is the Atropa Dev. Okay, he calls himself Hamad Daiichi now. Could be like James Osborne. We just say Maria because it's the name stuck, right? It's also kind of funny because he wears glitter pants and it makes everybody skits because all the haters call him Maria. So it's just everyone call him that. But I say Maria because it's a dude, but it's a girl's name and it's really sticky. But I don't think he was going for the tranny thing. I think he was going more like you are like some AI, like a multi-consciousness type of thing in like a spaceship going through space, and they like just give it like a female name like Eden or Eve, if you know what I mean. I think that's what it was going for, but what do I know, friends? I mean, I'm just here pegging my nipples on the internet. We're gonna make it. What we're seeing is the development of liquidity pool management strategy to get us to peg. So this is actually going here right now, okay? He actually says, each have taken the center stage, right? It's actually Maria's time to shine. That, friends, I've told you, remember I made for you, meant that the amount of high value content, highest value content, I rewatch my own videos because the rest of YouTube is just too boring and crap. Low value. They're like, hey, I've got a great strategy to turn $1,000 into $100,000. Click here, subscribe to me. Bro, I watched your other 15,000 videos. Well, it was the same shit. Guess what? Ethereum dunked on us. Now you got to reset new viewers. So that's why I made this video. Unlock the secret to Hart's Law, PulseChain bonding, and Atropa ecosystem. Man, what a cracker video, friends. I go through everything. Shows you the financial leverage, the reapplication, how it all works, and how we are putting the cart before the horse because we don't have the base economic activity anywhere near as much as the leverage that we're making. But we're here to speculate on that coming, aren't we? Okay. So what we're seeing right now, friends, liquidity pool management. Now, I don't know the maths. Don't ask me, dude. I mean, look at my hat. Okay. Do I look like I know anything? No. I've got a peanut brain. Okay. Now, lucky to wipe my own ass properly. So when it comes to liquidity management, when you hear these words, I think in a nutshell what it means is you got a bunch of tokens. Yes, precious tokens. You got a bunch of tokens and they're all bonded with each other. Yep. So if they're bonded with each other, if someone wants to come and buy, let's say, another token, let's say they want to come and buy PulseX or any other altcoin, the more things that are bonded with pDAI, the better. Because you have to buy pDAI first, not you manually. It does it through the liquidity pools. It buys it first, then there's arbitrage bots coming around, and you basically help this over time. Now, how does it exactly help it over time? Well, there's all these bots there, friends. On Ethereum land, what actually happens, let's use this little square here if you don't mind me. On Ethereum land, yeah, there are... What happens is, let's say there's a token here on Uniswap, right? Let's say this is an actual pair. There's tokens here. So what we'll do is, there's a token pair, okay? So here is an exchange. Here is an exchange. This is the thing is exchange. All these squares are exchanges. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw this little pentagon thing. This is going to be an actual scum, okay? This is going to be a multi-level. Just call it S for scum, okay? So we'll have here. This is a scum arbitrage bot. Now, what actually happens, friends, is this scum arbitrage bot, when they make money in the arbitrage, when they get the money, they send it to the exchange and they just go dump straight away, okay? That's how it works on Ethereum and every other chain. But what Maria did is like, hey, I'm going to go front run all these people because I believe in Richard Hart. I could be friends with the dude. We don't know. So instead, he does something different, right? Instead, you have an ecosystem web. Remember, there's this liquidity pool that's sitting here. Well, here comes Maria, M for Maria. And what he does is, okay, when he makes money of it, instead of sending it to exchanges, okay, there'll be a square here. What he does is he just sets up other liquidity pools for it to route through. And what it actually ends up doing is it comes back to the liquidity pool and it like just makes the bid thicker. So basically, in a nutshell, I think this is what he's doing. Remember, friends, I don't have all the maths, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but you just get it. So that's one of the things he's doing. There's many things. One of the things he's doing, it's symbiotic. Yeah? So it's like, hey, I'm going to make all the money on the arbitrage. It's effectively like a buy and burn tax for PulseX. But actually, we can customize it where it goes. Say all these scum MEV bots, the subhuman filth pieces of shit who literally ruin everything on Ethereum and pretty much all of crypto, all these other scum out there who literally all should be put in jail. Literally, they're robbing mothers with their own kids at the grocery store, and they're like, hey, give me $300 for the milk, and then I get to arbitrage you at the cash register. That's literally what they do, right? Maria doesn't do that, though. Maria sets it all up, so when there's arbitrage to be made, he's like, oh, you know, there's money being made. There's $100 from this pool that I've made on arbitrage today. There's $100 here. There's $50 here. It basically sets itself up, and it's creating a bid for pDAI. Okay, that's what I think is happening. Not exactly to the T, but he's doing beneficial stuff, okay? So that's when you see liquidity pool management. You're seeing something of that in the nature, okay? Might not be exact. You know, there's a lot of things going on, a lot of equations, but you get the point. You go, oh, that's all you got to know. Oh, instead of being malicious and being scum and walking away from the chain, what he's doing is leaving the money in there and it's creating a bid and it's helping it basically get dragged up over time, okay? What does a liquidity providing strategy getting us towards a peg look like? So that's what it's doing, right? If everything's hooked up, friends, and pDAI is being pointed to everywhere, we have a bit of an explanation here. So thank you to Mr. Decentralize Me for this. So we can actually zoom into this kindness and friendship, and I'll show you right now what it actually looks like, okay, in this next picture. But actually first, I want to have a look at Ned Flanders go, yeah. Remember that episode? It's actually a funny episode. Okay, so let's read this together. Step 1. Liquidity pools are created between pDAI and assets with a large amount of liquidity. Pulse is heavy, pDAI is light. Okay, so remember, liquidity pools are created. So there's large amounts of liquidity, pDAI is put everywhere. Step 2, the market, bots, and traders are incentivized to buy pDAI through the burn rewards, staking yields, and arbitrage opportunities. I don't know if that's what could be setting up right now. Do you remember, friends, when I showed you all the PulseChain pioneers? Remember that? I made this eloquent picture here for you. This is what it looked like, remember? You see all these protocols, friends? MakerDAO, Compound, Aave, Curve, Badger DAO, Balancer. So all this stuff, the PulseChain pioneers, they're setting all of this up so that it's all symbiotic. Okay, now I don't know exactly how it's going to work. I got no idea. Do we just like start using them? Like, do we start using PulseChain Aave? Do we start? I don't know. But they're all being set up, okay? That's like, that's why, friends. I know there's a lot of uncertainty. Just get over it, dude. Like, the price is 670x to $1 because there's uncertainty, okay? If there was a roadmap and there was certainty and the market understood how it's going to get there, it ain't giving you this price, dude. You know, it'd probably be like 20 cents. Yeah. Now, it might not be $1 because maybe you need the Ethereum price to go up. So, like, in a perfect information world, let's say the roadmap was laid out for everyone. pDAI would be representing, I guess, the probability that Ethereum hits the price target needed to fulfill the destiny of the peg, whatever it is, okay? That's what I'm guessing. I'm guessing that. That's a perfect information world. We wouldn't live in a perfect information world, okay? There's a lot of uncertainty, which is actually, uncertainty means opportunity, friends, because you don't know what the future holds like everybody else. If you dare to stand in the face of danger, peg your own nipples, you win. Because that's the opportunity, okay? So all these market makers and bots, they're incentivized to buy burn rewards, staking yields, arbitrage opportunities. They're not there yet. So like, what arbitrage, what staking rewards? I don't know. I guess they're being built. We'll see. Step 3, the price of pDAI increases as the market begins to buy it up for their rewards. So that might be what comes next. Some rewards are out there. Maybe the deal is you buy pDAI, you put it in the system, you stake on a yield, you stake on a platform. Maybe something's got to do with that. Maybe. Okay. Step 4, as pDAI's price rises, the effect of burn mechanisms becomes stronger and circulating supply begins to drop rapidly. Now, I don't know exactly how it gets burned out. I don't know. Maybe the protocols collect fees. That could be it. Because the PulseChain pioneers own all the governance tokens. So maybe that's what happens. Like, where the protocol collects fees in the burned pDAI, and they just go there, and then like they have all the voting, and they're never going to basically access the treasury, so it just gets burned. But we don't know. Okay, remember, we don't know. The original, I guess, theory was to do with make a DAO. And then, you know, then Caddy comes in, basically stabs it, kicks it when it's dead, takes a shit on it, and then stabs it again. Then a flower tries to grow out of the grave. She steps on the flower, takes another dump. Okay? You know? So, maybe there's other stuff going on. Oh, that's why Mr. Decentralized Me eloquently said, you know, it's basically there's a song and dance, you know, two halves. There's the Maria Atropa stuff. There's the Maker, PulseChain Pioneers. Could be, friends, obviously reading between the lines. It could mean James Osborne, NASA scientist, Glitter Pants, and then Richard Hart. It could be. You're like, oh, but where's the link? Where's the link? Shut up. I got no link. Uncertainty. You ever watch a movie? You have watched a movie. Imagine someone sat next to you. You're like 15 minutes in the movie. And they were begging you. Tell me how it ends. Tell me how it ends. What would you be telling them? You'd be telling him, straighten your back, put 3 ice cubes in your orange juice, and shut up until the end of the movie. Because I don't know how it ends. I'll just tell you, if you keep talking, no one's going to know how it ends. That's what's going on here. Could go to 0 again. All right, just let you know. No crying in the casino. Step 5, confidence builds. More demand. Stronger liquidity providers. This becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. Okay. Step 6, pDAI approaches $1 target. Step 7, collateralize the maker copy vaults and kick off the hyperloop. So we're starting to see some theories about how some things are going. We're seeing the liquidity web of stuff. They're all pointing around the pDAI set everywhere in the pools. Remember, friends, what's special about pDAI? No blacklist function. Okay. What's also special? The first logo on PulseX. Okay. Also the cult within a cult. Okay. And you might say, oh, that's not enough. Shut up. That's good enough for me. You want to know why? Because I put myself into the shoes of a founder of a chain called PulseChain. Maybe my name's Richard Hart. And I'm thinking about the people who are going to stay in a bear market. And guess what? This is literally the only coin of people who say they are staying in the bear market. Everyone else in all the other core coins, what do they say? Can't wait to dump and leave. I can't wait for Daddy Richard, to please pump it so I can dump and leave. And by the way, you're entitled to do that. It's been 4 years of hell. I'm just telling you, he doesn't care about that. All right? It's a game of chess. You ever heard about prisoners dilemma, friends? Yeah? 2 prisoners, 2 different cells. The police go to each of the prisoners. And they go, hey, prisoner 1, the other guy is going to rat on you. So we're going to give you a deal. If you dob on the other guy, we'll give you 1 year in prison. But if you don't dob on him and we don't get a solution, you're going away for 10. Then they go to the other prisoner and they tell him the same thing. They go, guess what, bro? The other guy's going to dob on you. The other guy actually squealed. So you're the prisoner. You've been told by the cops. You go, crap. Do I believe the cops or not? Because the cops said, hey, by the way, if you both squeal, you get like a crappier deal. So they try to set it up so that you both squeal on each other. That's what they try to do. Because they put the fear in you. They go, hey, guess what? If the other guy squeals on you, right, and you say nothing, then you're going to go away for like 10 years. They try to put that fear in you. But if none of them squeal, none of them actually go to jail. They both go free or whatever. It's a prisoner's development. It's the box. Okay, so how do you play a game when you're thinking about the other people acting? It's chess. Now, here's the thing, friends. I like Pokeballs. I peg my own nipples. I don't skip leg day. I do traps twice a week sometimes because I got to carry us through this godforsaken bear market that might be becoming a bull right now. It's identifying as a bull now, okay? So that's me. I'm just telling you, Richard Hart, he's playing chess. He's got a community, 250,000 people, might be 2.5 million one day. That's 10x on that. That might be 100x price growth. And he's thinking, okay, how do I optimize for deploying capital in a community whilst making sure people are here for the next bear market? Because I don't want this to be a pump or dump when you walk away again. I don't know what the answer is, by the way. I'm just telling you, That's why this thing is special, man. Okay? That's why it's special. It's a cult within a cult. I don't know how it plays out, right? So I've got the summary here for you. PulseChain blockchain is seeing lots of activity in the liquidity pool setups. pDAI is being connected everywhere. This is consistent with Witchhead's Extractor meme, which shows the path to a peg is a consistent rise over time. Do you remember, friends? I was actually public enemy #1 for a while because I was basically saying, look, I don't think pDAI just pegs overnight, you know? And then, you know, even Maria was hinting and everyone's like, oh, we could peg overnight. We could peg overnight. And I was like, I don't think so. And then I became like, I was considered FUD then. But that's okay. That's what happens. New people come in. They think the story is everything. So they only have the story. Okay. And then we had this Richard Hart meme. He basically has hinted to us, no, we are not going to get a world where it's sideways. You peg at $1 and then you do that. You don't get half of the swastika. Okay. You get this. All right. You get this swap. You get this. You get pDAI, path to the peg. Okay. So you shoot up, you go and like grind, and then you approach that $1. That could be that Atropa ecosystem buy and burn stuff that's all symbiotic. It could be, all right? So remember, the pools are being set up. Things are happening. Don't know exactly how it works out. I know, man. A lot of you fans, a lot of you like literally engineers, doctors. I get it, man. I get it, man. Markets are really tough. Just to let you know, markets basically punish scientists, engineers, nerds, people who are consistently logical. It literally punishes them because markets, you got to remember, they are organic. It's learning the game. It's a sport, right? You can't always go left when you're playing a team in football, for example, right? Because guess what? They start stacking that side. And then you can't always go the other side as well. They start stacking that side. Maybe you got to mix it up. You got to do different strategies, right? That's markets, okay? Because everybody's trying to win. And then guess what? They're also in markets. People who lose, they're out of the game. So then the people who are in, they're survivors. So you have a growth of people coming in, but that's why it's tough because you're always fighting with the people who have survived up to this point. Do you see what I mean? And then in every cycle, people get wiped out. That's the leverage part. They leave. The people who are in here, then there's a growth rate of new people coming in, and so begins the cycle all over again. That's also why in pDAI, for example, you just have to navigate this uncertainty. Or you could just click sell and leave, right? It's up to you. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Dazzy Boo. Stupid pDAI. Don't buy that stupid coin not worth talking about, even though I've tweeted about it 33 times this month. Stupid. Very interesting with that, friends. Very interesting. Now, remember, as an overall theme, okay, so this is the pDAI price chart. I'm just going to show you. It's done this nice zip up. We've got a long way to go. Just if you want point of reference, friends, the first real level to get through is 0.005. Okay, that is when Maria first started the FUD. Maria sent it down. We all bought the dip. And then Richard said, oh, I've got to bring out the big guns. All right, you ain't learning your lesson. He's like, scam long dong. Welcome, welcome. That's what happened, okay? That's literally what happened. Just so everyone knows, friends, so you're all aware. Maria fudded. It wasn't good enough. We all bought the dip. Then Richard fudded. We all bought the dip. Then he fudded again. We bought the dip. Then he fudded again. We bought the dip. And then the joy hit 0. And then he went, hey, Caddy, send it to 0. And she went, guess what? Yes. Okay, that's pretty much what happened. Okay, it's funny we can look back and laugh. And this is like the... I died about 18 times in that period. I'm sure you did as well. Oh, man, it was tough. What? They'll make a movie out of this, by the way. Okay, so the first target is, you know, you can get back to 0.003. This is like, no one cares about this. This is recovering the Caddy FUD, 0.003. 0.05 is recovering the Maria FUD. 0.1 cents, 0.01, which is 1 cent. That is, everybody's going to change their avatar to peg nipples. Because at that point, it's just going to be embarrassing for everybody who didn't buy anything. Now, I can already hear people screaming at me saying, please, sir, please play the pump music. This is the pDAI to pulse ratio. Just to let you know, it is still cheap as hell. It's only at a value of 42. Yeah, it went down to pretty much 0 because it was tough, bro. Like, what can we do, man? Caddy got tokens, dumped everything to 0. It was tough, okay? So it's at a value of 42. It was trading at a high of freaking, what did it hit here? 400, my gosh. So in my eyes, anything under 100 was super cheap. So you can imagine my face when it goes to like 5 and I go, oh crap. Uh-oh. right? Now it's back to 42. So it's anything under 100 is cheap as chips. Remember, it's bonded with Pulse, friends. This is leverage on Pulse. That's why you don't get this imaginary accidental chart. Friends, I don't care what anyone says, bro. This is a Richard Hart signature, dude. This is Richard Hart signature. Okay? Friends, I don't eat at his sandwich shop. I don't know where the dude was born. Okay? I don't know where he went to school. I don't know what his favorite Pokemon was when he was playing Game Boy with his brother, DNA confirmed Shane Hart-Schuler. I don't know. Okay? All I'm telling you is that's a Richard Hart chart. Okay? That's a Richard Hart chart. Right? Maximum bragging. Oh, man. It wipes everyone out, bro. Hey, you don't believe? Guess what? Truck you. You don't believe? That's what that chart does. Everybody has a right to be loved. Everyone. Okay? Brave and powerful. Overall message for pDAI. The liquidity's thin. Jeets are out. Maria Glitterpan still building all the protocols. We've got a while to go. Okay? I like this. You know what this chart says, friends? Just to let you know. This is pDAI to pulse ratio, Habib. So I don't even have the USD price chart. I don't care about the USD price. All I know is, oh wow. So if Pulse goes up, so if Pulse gets a listing, if PulseX keeps doing the buy and burn, if the chain just keeps getting adopted, this thing is just naturally growing. Yeah, good. There you go. All the ratios say this thing is still cheap as shit. If you don't like it, click sell and leave. For the rest of us, I've given you a big fat juicy update. I expect in the next 10 to 40 days, Mr. 99 Capital drops a big thread where he can like point out, he goes, oh, these pools are like doing this and these are the actions and this is going to create a future buy and burn and we're doing this roundabout way. So that's why I'm feeling something like that as happening in the future, but there is no thread yet. Okay, so yeah, we're just waiting for that moment. But you know, don't hold your breath because like you've already, what are they going to tell us? Things are looking great. Still got to hold. If you're going to make it, like, subscribe, but not catch you soon.